As you walked away, I called out your name. It was at that very moment I knew I would not be the same. And all alone, and now you will not pick up your phone. Did you think that would get me feeling down? No, that made me drive all around that old small town. Did you think I would drown in your pain? Hell to the no, let me explain. I drove up to that old dive bar on the corner of a new tomorrow. I thought I was going in to drink away my sorrows. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping all night long. As you drove on by that old glowing neon sign, you see me walking in with someone new. You thought you left me broken and alone, waiting for me to pick up that damn phone. Did you think I would move on? It was a new day you left for me tomorrow. Hell to the no, let me explain. I drove up to that old dive bar on the corner of a new tomorrow. I thought I was going in to drink away my sorrows. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping all night long. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping all night long. Hell to the no, let me explain. I drove up to that old dive bar on the corner of a new tomorrow. I thought I was going in to drink away my sorrows. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping all night long. Instead I danced the night away. Boom bopping, bar hopping, body rocking, foot stomping all night long.
So, before my hair appointment, and thank you guys for complimenting it, I love it too. My neighbor does hair. She used to own a shop in Mount Washington, and she's done my daughter's hair a couple times, but never did mine. I didn't know until about last year that she opened a shop in her house, and I haven't seen her in quite some time. So when I seen her like 2, 3 weeks ago, I asked her 2 weeks ago, over 2 weeks ago, if she would do my hair, and I prepaid her, even giving her the tip. She scheduled me for today. It is the first time in about 20 years that well, 15 years that I have gone and had my hair professionally done. I usually do it myself, and I must say, without showing you my nasty mouth and teeth, meth mouth, that's what they're calling me over at Ernie's. Fuck y'all. Anyways, I'm gonna shut my lips and let you guys see it because I love it. Hold on. I gotta figure out how to do this. So, thank you guys. All your yay! We were waiting for the answers, Murray. I'm so happy. It's been weeks, months, hasn't it? Or you waited for your appointment sometime? I'm so happy. I'm glad all the prayers worked. Yay, and I'm happy I haven't seen you my last couple lives. I'm happy to see you here. You miss getting yours done, CM? You should go get your hair done. I think every girl deserves it. I realize that I have neglected myself from taking care of myself while raising my kids. And now that all my children have moved out of the home, I think it's important, especially with what's been going on in my life, that I start taking care of myself. And I hope I inspire somebody else to do the damn same. But Christine did the most amazing job on my hair. I feel like this is how I used to get my hair done way back in the day. And I told her, do what you want. I said, just wait. She's like, well, I think we should do these highlights this way. And I was like, okay. So she did whatever she wanted. She put, I'm going to say about 18 foils in my hair. I wasn't really counting. It always made me feel brand new. Aw. Marie, go get your hair done. Okay. So, where we are going to start, let me get this joint first. Y'all got your weed ready? Everybody for years has been asking about this deed, and I kept telling people I would pull it up and forgetting to pull it up. Somebody today in my chat earlier, in my earlier live, if you haven't seen it, go watch, give it a thumbs up. Somebody in my chat earlier mentioned the deed, and they were talking about it, so I figured I would come on and read it. I think I read the first page. I'm going to reread it. However, thank you, Pretty Sweet Pea. What I'm going to do is just read it throughout my live because it's going to get very tiring. It's very long, and I haven't had a chance to run it through the voice thing. Actually, my app's ain't paid for right now, so I have to wait about a week. I may even be absent again on StreamYard for a couple of days, but I'm going to try to get the most out of my free, 25 hours I can get. All right. So I don't want to be too long so that I can come back. Oh, I also have, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to read 2 pages and then I'm going to switch over to a phone conversation, 2 parts of a phone conversation I had with Jodi. So we spoke about the private eyes earlier, which is something else I'm going to share with you guys, a conversation I had with the PIs, and I believe I got the uncut, edited version. I don't know. It's what I had saved. So we're going to listen to that as well. But first, I'm going to read 2 pages of the Wills deed. Oh, warranty deed. This deed made it entered into the 17th day of May 1993. Now, remind you, this is when the Goads acquired, when Karen Goad and James Goad, or Jim Goad, acquired the property. By and between Deal, DEEL, apostrophe S, Floor Coverings Incorporated. Hereinafter referred to as the party of the first part, and William J. Goad, Bill Goad, that was his name, and wife Karen H. Goad, hereinafter referred as the parties of the second part. Witnesses that for, in consideration of the sum of $10, cash in hand, and other good and valuable consideration, the receipt of all, which is hereby acknowledged, the party of the first part has this day bargained and sold by these presents, does not hereby grant, transfer, and convey onto the parties of the second part their heirs assigns with convenience of general warranty and title a certain contract or parcel land situated in the 6th Civil District of Hawkins County, Tennessee, and being more particularly described as follows to wit. Hold on, I need a drink. It says on the side, prepared by Thomas A. Peters, attorney at law, 414 Shelby Street, P.O. Box 2440, Kingsport, Tennessee 37662. On the bottom are the numbers 354-816. I'm going to assume that's the filing number. Parcel number 1. Beginning at a metal pin at the point of intersection of the southerly sideline of Beach Creek Road, quarter for tracks 4 and 7, said metal pin being on the southerly sideline of said Beach Creek Road. Hence, with a line at or near the center of the said, Graveled County Road, corner for tracks 4, 5, and 7, thence continuing with a line at or near the center line of said Graveled County Road, County Road, and with the divisional line of tract 5 and 7 south 45 degrees, 18, foot width, 65 feet to a point at or near the center of 8, thence continuing with a line at or near the center line of said Gravel County Road, and with the divisional lines of tracks 5 and 8, 3 calls as followed: south 82 degrees, 10 width, 121 feet, south 37 degrees, 50 width, 60.5, the center line of said road, corner for tracks 5, 6, 8, and 11, thence continuing within a line at or near the center line of the Graveled County Road, and with the divisional line of tracks 6 and 11. 2 calls as follows. And I'm going to take a break because I do still have laryngitis. It's getting better. I don't want it to get worse. Hey, Marie. Hey, Maria. My hair is down to my knees, and when it's wet, oh my God, Crystal Gale. Y'all remember her? I used to dream about having hair that long, but then once it gets to like the middle of my back, I have short, chubby arms, so it gets hard to brush and I can't get the knots out. So I like to keep it like the center of my back or shorter. She trimmed all the dead off and all the old color that was in it that I did myself out of the box. So it should grow really long now and quickly. She's going to redo it in November, and I'm really excited. I'll get a Christmas hairdo. Again, thank you. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a break from this. I'm going to do the PI last. Part 1, conversations with Jodi Sue Brown. Not last. I want to interrupt with the PI when I get to a certain part of this conversation, if it's in these 2 parts. If it's not, I'm still going to share it, but I'm going to come back with more of the conversation with Jodi Sue. This conversation was the time she was frantically trying to get in touch with me. I had taken my YouTube down for 4 months and quit Summer's case because I was being repeatedly attacked and lawsuits filed against me after the first lawsuit. Amanda Athey, I wanted to give up Summer's case, but in the background, I still sort of covered it on my private Facebook group, which only had about, I think, 200 people. It was a very small group. I had a lot of trolls. My brother's unalived victim's wife was one of them. She went by Jolie Bulford. Her real name is Jerry Boyd. In my opinion, that's her, and I've turned it in to TBI and everybody. I did want to show you guys that I sent a message to TBI about Jolie Bulford, LLC Justice, and Jerry Boyd, I believe, was one of the same. I left a community post about it, actually, and we're going to go, actually, before I start Jodi Sue, because I haven't been live to read this. You guys have just seen it. Just give me a moment. I don't know what I've posted since. While I'm here, this is my friend Lisa. She's lost somewhere in California or Arizona or Mexico. She's pictured on my dad's behind the property of my father's mountains. They're considered the Chocolate Mountains in Winter Haven, California. On the other side of that mountain is my father's property, and I have been told that her husband was, I'm not going to tell you my sources, but I've been told that her husband was arrested in Nevada after losing Lisa or leaving Lisa or leaving her on my father's property or leaving her to be put in Mexico. I don't fucking know. What I do know is that Lisa contacted me prior to her going missing, and then nobody ever posted her missing photo. Her family reached out to California Missing, and they went to their Facebook page. Nobody where Lisa is from here in Pennsylvania. Not one single fucking human. I want Glassport to know you are all fucking trash for that. Anyways, after I started covering summer, I realized, well, wait, let's go back. Before Lisa went missing, right before she went on her trip with her husband to visit her mother, who moved to Arizona, very near my father, but not as close as Bart and Lisa are, as these pictures. These are literally, I'm going to say, within a couple miles of my father on the Colorado River. I see these missing photos of my friend on a California website because I am at the time researching Jose and Dawn and the grandma, the mom in California that has a hotel. And I run across one of my bestest friends missing. Nobody told me. We've been out of contact because I believe my husband has held me hostage, like Jodi says, in a fucking box for years, where I'm not allowed to go to my hometown because he thinks I'm fucking everybody in the neighborhood, and that's not true. So I've been secluded from my friends for many years. Lisa writes me right before she goes missing. Lisa tells me we need to have coffee right now, like tomorrow, Crystal, tomorrow. I have no money, I'm broke. Lisa, I don't know if I can do it tomorrow. I can do it when it all gets paid. No, we gotta have coffee now, please, Crystal, please. I said, okay, I'll write you in the morning. I'll see if I can get a ride. She says, okay. The next morning, I go to message her, and she is blocked and removed from my Facebook. Fast forward, I think this was 2017. 4 or 5 years later, I haven't heard from Lisa. I figured she was mad at me because I wouldn't meet her for coffee. But shit starts to feel strange to me when I see her missing poster on the California Missing Persons page while I am covering Summer Wells' case. Behind the scenes, I started asking people I knew questions, and then I started remembering things. I had a friend. I showed you her messages, and I'm not going to do that today. But she wrote me and she confirmed my findings, not just my findings, a known fact that I have known since I was a kid. There used to be a modeling agency in the town I grew up in. It was called the Glass Eye. Now, there was a friend of mine. I'm not going to dox her. We'll call her Red. Okay? There was a friend of mine who would come ask girls in my neighborhood to go into the modeling agency and pose for calendars on boats in downtown Pittsburgh. Most girls did not have parental consent. Some girls went to their parents and their parents told them no and they went anyway, but stories change, intermingled. I have, I'm going to say almost a full list of girls' names who were down there because they were all my friends and my enemies at the time. I didn't even like half of them, to be honest with you. There was a bar that was intermingled called Chuggers in Glassboro, Pennsylvania, and the owner would date and marry very, very, very young women. And he was 20 plus their senior, and he would start dating them when they were teenagers. I always found it funny and stayed away until I got older and started going to his bar after turning 21. I had a few weird experiences in his bar. We're not going to talk about those today because right now this is about my friend Lisa. I'm telling you the story and why I think it could be connected. Or even if it isn't, I want it outed because I want my fucking friend found. That's all I keep saying in my house. That's all I keep saying on my streets. That's all I keep saying to people that agree with me for doing this and those that don't agree with me. Nobody has stopped me yet. Gretchen, you fucking cunt. Anyways, I want my fucking friend found. And I want to find out why she's hiding. After I started sharing in our community that Lisa was missing, some stranger on the street approached Lisa, told her somebody was posting about her. I don't know how. That's odd to me. It doesn't make sense. A stranger in California would see what I'm posting in Glassport, Pennsylvania. That's just, I'm going to say it was her husband. After he got out of jail in Nevada, after dumping her somewhere. Anyways, Bart, that's the man you see pictured. He thinks he's a hard ass. He doesn't remember in high school he was a pipsqueak. And I don't give a fuck who he is. Anyways, Lisa was connected. She was one of the girls that would go to this boat shop. She would go downtown with the girls. She told me this. Another girl, we'll call her BM. She told me. Another girl we will call SM. She told me. The reason I'm not naming them is because they are victims. Another girl called TM, related to SM. She told me. My boyfriend at the time, and I will name him, I don't care, you can fucking ask him, he has a lot to fucking answer for things that happened back then. Brian Janicki, who now lives in North Carolina, knew about all of this, and he would tell me to stay away from this boat shop, just like my friend Angie, who I had come out and showed you messages from her friend Tommy, who was also working at the boat shop, who was also affiliated with, come fucking kill me, money shit with the mob. There would be, in my opinion, I don't know fact, this is what I'm trying to turn in because of my father's ties to people who were at this boat shop and my mother and everybody in my community. There is reason for me to believe in the FBI and the TBI and the Pittsburgh Missing Peoples Department to believe that the 501c3, which is also intertangled in the same mob that used to do money shit in my neighborhood with a woman named Roxanne DeFelice, who was, at least, I can't re-find it, and I deleted my inbox, but the cops can look it up. She was at least at one time the director of We Can Bring You Hope, that's playing games in Summer Wells's case. Now, it was pictured the old grandmother. However, when I started bringing out Eggplant Penis Head, my brother-in-law, a younger Roxanne DeFelice, who is the granddaughter of the one pictured with the 501c3, along with another woman named Stacy Cregan, started coming to my YouTube community posts and playing games. Another man on Facebook who goes by the name of, and I have other reasons to believe he connects things that are dangerous, guys, I just can't tell you, but I know them to be fact. And I'm not going to come out here and state that because I can be sued for some of the things I know, if they would turn out not to be fact. But in my opinion, they are fact based on what my father did as a living in the cocaine cowboy era, in the era that all the cocaine cowboys lived. Does that mean my father was connected? No, my husband's a fucking liar when he goes to the cops and stops me from turning in. One of the prostitutes' sisters whom he's having an affair with behind my back in his job for 3 years, and even has her on Facebook in my face. But anyways, this is why my husband and I are in a now domestic violence situation. One day I'll be able to come out and tell the whole story. Hell, I might fucking write a book if this ever fucking turns out to be true, what I am thinking. Anyways, my friend Lisa connects to people whom I think could also be responsible for helping in the aid of Summer Wells disappearing based on my ties to McKeesport, the KKK, and Tennessee. I have several. Do I know? Do they intermingle and connect together? No, and I do sound like a crazy motherfucking psychopath, but I can prove to you, and I have proven to you, that these people are, in my opinion, connected. I have to state that for my channel, Jerry Boyd, who I did turn into TBI because of my opinion, do have ties down in Tennessee, and I do have reason to believe Vicky Dykes needs to be further looked into, and Bill Benton. I can't quite find proof of the connection, but Vicky does look a lot like a Vicky I knew when I was younger. I'm not sure if that's her, but I'm not going to shut my mouth when I know I have other ties down to Tennessee, and my friend is missing, and there's a missing little girl, and there's a Layla Karen Elliott's fucking talking about, and somebody from up here connecting to the area via Facebook post where Layla disappeared from, who would know all the same motherfuckers connected to the 501c3 through Roxanne DeFelice. There's no way in hell I'm going to keep my mouth quiet. Lisa is one of my best friends. She is the woman who taught me how to throw a punch, how to stand up for myself, how to defend myself. And now I have to defend her, and I will find her. And I'm going to let you all know that. So Bart Elder, you be fucking prepared, motherfucker, because I'm ready for a fight. And you better bring the pews you're giving people over in last board with you, because I hear all the rumors. I don't know. Come fucking get me. I'm done. Bring Lisa home. Tell us where you dropped her. Now, I didn't mean, let me come to my chat. I'm really going to have to, oh, thank you so much, Catch Up, hey, Winged. I know you guys think I'm nuts, but I really, truly do believe there is a connection. I share a man named Chester Stone with you guys often. I haven't been extremely connected to Chester since me and my first husband had separated. Chester, before he passed away, started telling me some things about trips he took to Kentucky, possibly Tennessee. He didn't name Tennessee to me, but I'm thinking it might have been on the route. um, Virginia, Ohio, and then back home. I turned these things into the police, the same police department where a man connected to Kelly Fustos, my best man of me and my husband's wedding, was a police officer at one time in the McKeesport Police Department. His name is Robert Demuth. He is, in my opinion, Kelly Fustos' cousin from Harmerville, Pennsylvania, who then moved to Plano, Texas, and has many channels on YouTube. I have proof of that, and I'm going to show you that when I get there one day. I found a whole bunch of fucking screenshots recently, both for things here at home and for things down there in Tennessee that I didn't know I had. So as soon as I get to dig through them and little by bits, as I've already started putting them out on my community post, you guys are going to start to see them. I'm hoping some will help me make these connections, and believe me, because I truly do believe there are connections. You just have to dig the dirt up, because if I do, I'm a snitch and I can get myself murdered. However, the connections I do see that are public, I am turning into TBI, FBI, and law enforcement to go research themselves. I promised Detective Michael Flynn here in the Pittsburgh Division of the Missing Persons Detectives Department that I would not bother them. I've recently made some calls. I've sent some emails to TBI. I don't want to hinder a case. I probably know more than I should, and there is another missing person connected to We Can Bring You Hope who was putting out flyers here in the neighborhood I live in. His name is Jay Ketter. When I find the poster, again, I'll share it. He's all over my community post. You're welcome to go see him. He has family that will, from time to time, come into my chats and speak. One of their names is Big Os. They chat on my community, on my posts of him. If you look at my community posts, they know that I've called in the tip. They don't exactly speak to me about Jay's case, but they thank me constantly for the tips I've turned in. They seem like good people. I also know some bad connections to Jay. Those are the things I can't talk about. So, I'm not going to hinder their case, and I'm not going to hinder finding my friend Lisa and Jay and Summer. So there are just some things I'm going to have to keep under the belt till TBI or somebody tells me they don't pan out. Okay, now let's move on. I got sidetracked by Lisa's picture. If I see it, I gotta share it. And Lisa, I love you. This is Jerry Boyd, in my opinion. This is what I sent to the Bureau of Investigation. This is what I came to show you, but it's the post right after. That's why I posted Lisa that day. To the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. My name is Crystal Sims, and I am submitting the attached information because I believe it may be relevant to an ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Summer Wells. I understand that investigators must independently verify any information provided to them. My purpose is not to accuse anyone of criminal activity without evidence, but rather to report information that I believe deserves review due to the connections I have recently uncovered. I have previously provided information to the TBI regarding the Summer Wells case. During the course of my research, I experienced what I believe to be years of online harassment, interference, false reports made to agencies, and repeated efforts to damage my reputation and disrupt my personal life, and it has. For a long time, I cannot understand why I appeared to be targeted. Recently, I made what I believe is a significant discovery. In 2009, my brother, Brian Gilbert, was convicted in a homicide of Cecil Paco Potter III during a home invasion in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. According to the public records, Mr. Potter's wife was present during the incident. While researching individuals connected to Summerwell's case, I came to believe that a woman active in online Summerwell specifically, I believe the person using the name Julie Bulford on Facebook and LC Justice on YouTube may be the same person as Jerry Boyd. I respectfully request that investigators independently verify or refute this identification. If my understanding is correct, this would explain why someone connected to my family's past may have had a personal reason to target me years later after discovering that I was active on YouTube discussing the Summerwells case. I am attaching a publicly available photograph of the individual I believe to be Julie Bulford for identification purpose. I understand this image alone does not establish identity, and I ask that investigators determine whether my identification is accurate. I am also attaching material related to an email in which I documented activity that caused me concern involving my bank accounts. I cannot determine who was responsible, but I believe the information may be relevant when viewed alongside the other circumstances described in this letter. I ask that investigators evaluate the material independently. My concerns also include fundraising activities conducted in connection with Summerwell's case. During my research, I observed public fundraising events involving individuals active within the Summerwells online community. Because fundraising occurred in Summerwell's name and involving significant public donations, I believe it is appropriate for investigators to review those activities if they have not already done so. Over the course of my research, I observed public interactions involving individuals such as Robin Lane, Jamie Wilson, Amanda Hensley, also known as online as TT, Brad Wishon, and others participating in events related to Summerwells. I am not suggesting that their attendance at these events establishes wrongdoing. I include these observations because they form a part of an overall timeline I have assembled. The primary reason I am contacting TBI is that I believe these identities, connections, the history between my family and the individuals involved, and what I perceive as a prolonged pattern of interference directed towards me may be relevant towards your investigation or may assist investigators in evaluating relationships between individuals active within the Summerwells community. They already know about the We Can Bring Me Hope. We can bring you hope. They ain't bringing me hope. I'm bringing them hope to prison. Anyways, in my opinion, I hope. They already have that information, so in a month or so, I'm going to write another one, and I'm going to add more stuff to it if they don't already have it to make sure that I am keeping my tips fluent in how I see my connections. If TBI wants me to stop at any moment, I will gladly do so. But if you're a child or a woman rapist or hurtist, I'm going to fucking hurt you. Do you get it? You ain't the normal type of criminal. What you are is somebody who hurts the innocent, and real criminals would never hurt a child. Okay. The primary reason I am contacting TBI is that I believe these identities, connections, the history between my family and the individuals involved in what I perceived as a prolonged pattern of interference directed towards me may be relevant to your investigation or may assist investigators in evaluating relationships between individuals active within the Summerwells community. All of my aunts have passed away. I have reason to believe my mother and my Aunt Mary Ann Ward Ash may have been doing things together behind their children's backs, and that's the connections I'm going to turn in next. And I'm want TBI. I'm hoping if they get fined, because those people would be connected to the people that are connected to Lisa. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they're my family, and you're going to hear years ago, after the first lawsuit was filed between me and Jodi Sue, where I say, Jodi, I know how it works. I come from a criminal family. So I've been telling you this far before I discovered these connections. Well, about the time, maybe right before. Okay. I respectfully request that TBI verify whether Julie Buford, Elsie Justice, and Jerry Boyd are the same individual. Review the attached documentation and photographs. Consider whether the attached information has any relevance to the Summer Wells investigation. Evaluate whether any documented interactions, complaints, communications involving me be reviewed in the light of these newly discovered connections. I fully understand that any conclusion must be based on your independent investigation. My intention is simply to provide information that I believe deserves professional review. If investigators require additional documentation, screenshots, correspondence, timelines, and other supporting materials, I am willing to provide everything in my possession. Thank you for your time and consideration. Respectfully, Crystal Sims, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, CT Sims 2003 at gmail.com. I sent the picture of Julie, a picture of Robin with Julie several times during this interaction at this vigil. There are also, that I haven't sent yet, sneaky interactions between Chase, Jamie Wilson, and another set of women. I pointed them out before, and I'm going to cut those, and I'm going to also send those to TBI as soon as I bring them to you again. Okay, anyways, let's go to this.
Talking about that bad.
Wait,
Anyway,
Rob.
what happened was around that time, which was a lot longer. Like Eric, Luke, and I still had a relationship far after AC and her bullshit went down. But anyway, so what happened was Luke's uncle died. The company went to his step aunt and or the son or some shit like that, and she started selling off all the equipment. Skylar's family tried to get some all this other shit, and then Luke started working for Lowe's installing doors at a certain point. But yeah, for the longest time, they had a very lucrative drywall.
Sorry. I'm not going to go into deep detail about Luke tonight. We can do that. That's a whole nother topic. But he's a man who Jodi called Cool Hand Luke after I had mentioned her to him. And after I told her who Amanda Athey was with them on Squall's Facebook groups where she had it hidden from Jodi Sue. There was a group of locals in Squall's groups. I hope I fixed it, Maggie. There was a group of locals in Squall's many Facebook groups that came very early on in the very first day of Squall's groups. So I took note of who locally was in Squall's groups on the first day. Amanda Athey was one of them, Chicken on a Stick. Cool Hand Luke is another one. A man named Eric. Jodi talks about all these people. So just take it in and listen. Benny's covered them. I have a few times. You can listen to some prior lives that Jodi started to interrupt at the beginning, but now doesn't so much. anymore. I don't know if she disagrees with me, but I think we've even spoken about some of this on my panel a couple times, while she hates me and then comes over and talks to me with her weird shit. Love you too, Jodi. Anyways, toxic poop. I think it's important to listen to all this, but what I really want to get to today is the PIs. What she says about the PIs. If I can't find it, it's good we listen to this anyway. I'm still going to cover a recording with the PIs.
Construction business, they very much did. Everybody
probably worked with Tucker. They probably contracted each other out. I wonder if Dawn ever worked for Luke's family.
Probably. In that store they talk about everybody season 1.
I'm going to send you this video. I have to go through my history. I'm going to send you this video I watched the other day about Tucker and somebody who works with him. Jodi Sue, something is not right with the whole Linda marathon, her being connected, like something, in my opinion, okay, even though I'm wrong about Squall, I've been right about a lot of fucking things. I knew who Amanda was.
Wrong with Linda, I'll tell you that right now. There's damn sure something wrong with Linda, and I know it.
Yeah. That whole situation with Linda and Ginger Snap, I'm going to be honest with you.
I know her stories have changed. I know that for some reason, it's changed now to that Summer's head agent was the one that killed her son. And so and then he turns into Summer's head agent from Washington County police officer to Summer's head agent. Bullshit he does.
Was you ever, when you were around?
For those of you not familiar with Linda, Linda is somebody who early on came on Tiffany Marie's panel with Lisa Kay. She was involved with, they called them murder billboards on the other side of Tennessee. She was collecting money and playing games there as well with not Lisa Kay, Lisa Key was her name. I don't know if she was using Lisa Key's tragedy and what they were doing over there, but they collected a lot of money in those billboards as well. She does have a son named Aaron. Thank you, Maggie. Who was unalived, and bless her heart, I feel very, very awful for Linda's loss. I've covered it every time I speak about it. She usually attacks me, so I'm going to refrain from her grief. However, I am going to let Jodi Sue say whatever she's doing and saying here about Aaron. She's married to a man named Keith Cutshaw. They are divorced. She runs a daycare center. I was told by TT in my messages, I don't know that it's true, that Squall was playing games and going to Linda's daycare on Summer's first year anniversary or birthday or something, and that Linda has been deeply connected to Scott H for a long time, and that TT thought she was Scott H's cousin. She's also Annie Saranak's cousin from the Light. She's also a Moody, a Hensley. She claims not connected to the Hensleys in Beach Creek. I've also found out evidence she's not connected to the Hensleys in Beach Creek through the Eveline, same name. Anyways, let me think, what else do I need to tell you here? Oh, she was one of the people on the 13-hour call that they had playing games. During Summer's case, she did drives for Scott and Chase. She was with Chase the night Chase was pulled over for police, the night after the hoax call. From people call the hoax call from Candace. I don't believe it is. However, I have my reasons for that. I've gone over them. Anyways, what else? Oh, she tried to sue me 5 times in 4 different jurisdictions, along with Amanda Athey. So I've had a total of 5 lawsuits filed and dropped. It's been a fucking roller coaster. And I believe that's because she has a connection or knows something up here to Pittsburgh. I don't know what that is, but they sure as fuck have been trying to silence me a whole hell of a lot because of the people I know in Tennessee for some reason. You can go research me. Everything I tell you is true about me. Anyway, and some of these people have been a part of my life. So I don't know what to tell you. I think even Robin at one time.
Arrested for the weed and shit. Was that in that sting with Ginger Snap's husband or whatever? Is
No,
that for
I've
real?
never met Ginger Snap, dude, and her husband is not a doctor. None of that ever happened.
Okay.
I have never ever been in trouble for anything other than what you've seen. And literally every one of my charges is actually one charge. I have the original paperwork back here.
No, listen. I come from a crime family. I know exactly what happened. Andy was selling weed and fucking growing weed, and Yins got busted. I mean, fuck. But there was a sting.
Told y'all I said that. That's why I decided to bring this live. Okay. Anyways, other than that, did you hear her say I had one charge? No, the fuck you didn't. No, the fuck you didn't. But we'll let you change your story. What was this? 2 years after Summer went missing from the first 16 videos and all your boohooing in your car and the black and white videos telling the same stories and they were completely different. Jodi, you've changed a lot of things, man. I don't mean to attack you, but it's true. While speaking to me, you changed things you had said out here on YouTube. That causes me concern. It's not because I want to attack you. It's because your stories differ, in my opinion. Okay?
I am a pot on.
Well, listen, there was a sting. There was a sting around the same time that you were arrested, and that's what Benny Keys was trying to connect you to.
Now he's trying to connect me to one of the things that I worked as an informant on.
Yeah. See?
It was like one of the biggest in the country, but yeah.
So, during the James Light bust, I'm going to sleep. I'll catch up. Oh, good night, honey. It's still daylight here. It's only 4 in the afternoon. I hope you get an amazing sleep tonight. Wake up bright and shiny. Okay. During the James Light's arrests, there was a sting. I covered it. I forget the name of it. Maybe I'll get to it again one day, or you can search my content and see if you can find it. There was a group of smaller stings. They included people from Churchview, Rogersville, Kingsport, Greensville. There was an actual name for the sting. You know how Grady Judd comes up and does his reports and he tells you, like, this is sting, attack your mom, or you know what I mean? They named them. They had a very small sting. During this sting, Andy Bernard, Jodi Sue Brown, and I also believe, I've not looked yet, but I've heard Karen Elliott recently make reference to she went to jail on Ryan's channel for one lawyer tab, just like Andy and Jodi say. So I didn't look, but I think that she was also part of this. So what these smaller stings are, is what they are, is it's a way to get a whole bunch of people to snitch on the bigger people. They get out of charges, their charges get converged, they get lesser jail time, they tell a little bit, and then James Light goes to prison. That's the sting Jodi Sue Brown was arrested around the same time, the same dates. I've shared them. So just actually a couple weeks ago or a month ago. So you can go back and look. I even shared like footage of where I believe there was a man named Mountain Man that was arrested. He might not have been in that video, but it was during that era. And Fred had mentioned he had thought Mountain Man snitched on him. So I was shocked when I heard that. You're welcome, honey. Okay.
That's what I'm blown away. Like, I really think there's more. Listen, I really think there's more to. I want to know how Dawn got that car. Okay, I get it. He got a good job. He come back from Utah, and all of a sudden he can buy a car.
Nope.
I feel like Tucker got him. There's something between Dawn and Tucker, in my opinion.
That car.
Huh?
That church bought him that car.
Who, Tucker did?
The church.
The church bought him the car?
Yeah, and Robin and David both had matching fucking cars the first night Summer went missing. When they finally let them up the hill, they all went up one after each other, all in the same exact year and model Subaru, but all in different colors.
I'm not talking. Can you not hear me? Can you not hear my video? Okay, hold on.
That's the thing. But when we stopped talking, because I thought that best, anyway, what happened?
History. I'm going to send you this video I watched the other day about Tucker and somebody who works with him. Jodi Sue, something is not right with the whole Linda marathon, her being connected, like something, in my opinion, okay, even though I'm wrong about Squall, I've been right about a lot of fucking things. I knew who Amanda was.
Wrong with Linda, I'll tell you that right now. There's damn sure something wrong with Linda, and I know it.
Yeah. That whole situation with Linda and Ginger Snap, I'm going to be honest with you.
I know her stories have changed. I know that for some reason, and it's changed now to that Summer's head agent was the one that killed her son. And so and then he turns into Summer's head agent from Washington County police officer to Summer's head agent. Bullshit he does.
Was you ever, when you were arrested for the weed and shit, was that in that sting with Ginger Snap's husband or whatever? Is that for real?
I've never met Ginger Snap, dude, and her husband is not a doctor. None of that ever happened.
Okay.
I have never, ever been in trouble for anything other than what you've seen. And literally every one of my charges is actually one charge. I have the original paperwork back here.
No, listen, I come.
Sorry. I always hit the wrong buttons. No, I think it's Efron, Timmy Efron. I don't know. I'll get his name. But anyways, I do believe Lamplight Theater has something to be looked into, and I believe that what was his name, Carl, that used to fuck with Benny. I think he was on a right path. I know it all sounded crazy because you couldn't understand him and the way he twisted things being from a different place. I don't think he had it all correctly, but I do think he was fucking definitely on to something, and I have many reasons to believe that. I had a photo that disappeared. I I don't know where the fuck I put it. And I want to show this photo to you guys against another photo, but I have to wait till I run across it again. And it's one with Robin walking into the Lamplight Theater with a man who was also involved in the racist shit, the Black Lives Matter shit in Kingsport right before Summer had gone missing. Um, and Timmy and others. And Timmy actually posted the picture on his Facebook. So if anybody can find that, it'd be great. But I do know I have it. I just gotta find it. Like a million other guys. Let me show you how disorganized I am. Look. Look, my shit needs paid. This is my Canva. These are how many folders I have open daily. Did y'all ever hear this? Look, we're gonna take a funny break. I found this cover in summer and I think it's so fucking funny. Hold on. Let me split this so I can make a page. That little bit ain't gonna hurt nothing. Watch this, you ready? Tell me if anybody in here from Hawkins County ever heard this. This is the greatest shit I ever heard in my life. Swear to God. And I love the band. I just love music. Hold on. And I have to find this guy's name. I forget it. Shit. If anybody could help me find this guy's name, it'd be great.
When I was sleeping, I dreamed a pleasant dream. Dreamed I was going on down the Golden Street. Woke up broken hearted in Hawkins County jail. All my friends turned around and wanted to go my bail. Yonder come Lula, $10 in her hand, keys in her hand, come a shoving through the lock. Cheer up, my prisoner, I thought I heard them say, bring you around the White House, 1 year to stay. When I was sleeping, I dreamed a pleasant dream. Dreamed I was going on down the Golden Street. Woke up broken hearted in Hawkins County jail. All my friends turned around and wanted to go my bail.
Sorry, I was rolling a cigarette. I roll mine. Oh, I love your hair, Crystal. Thank you, Flies, so much. No, his last name ain't Mullins. Okay, anyways, I'm very disorganized. My folders are not, like, it takes me forever and ever. Look, this is just titles and shit of people's shit when I put it on, so I make sure they have credit. Look at all these folders I have. They all have a million things in it, and then I have designs, and then I have other folders stacked on other folders and other places I have shit it put that isn't Canva, like my phone, and I'm a mess. If anybody knows how to organize and I ever get enough money to pay you, would you please organize all my electronic devices? It would be fucking amazing if you would do that for me. I've had Canva since Canva started. And I started never organizing nothing. If I would have known, I would have gotten this deep into YouTube years later. I definitely would have organized shit. It was just me learning how to video edit when I first got it. Okay, back to Jodi. I'm wasting time, guys. I ain't been live in so long. I miss you guys. I just want to chat a little bit. Sorry if it's too much. Let me know.
1 gram of pot on him. That Asian bullshit he does.
Was you ever, when you were arrested for the weed and shit, was that in that sting with Ginger Snap's husband or whatever? Is that for real?
I've never met Ginger Snap, dude, and her husband is not a doctor. None of that ever happened.
Okay.
I have never ever been in trouble for anything I've been seen, and literally every one of my charges is actually one charge. I have the original paperwork back.
No, listen. I come from a crime family. I know exactly what happened. Andy was selling weed and fucking growing weed, and Yins got busted. I mean, fuck. But there was a sting.
Well, he had 1 gram of pot on him.
Well, listen, there was a sting. There was a sting around the same time that you were arrested, and that's what Benny Keys was trying to connect you to.
Now he's trying to connect me to one of the things that I worked as an informant on.
Yeah. See?
It was like one of the biggest in the country, but yeah.
That's what I'm blown away. Like, I really think there's more. Listen, I really think there's more to. I want to know how Dawn got that car. Okay, I get it. He got a good job. He come back from Utah, and all of a sudden he can buy a car.
Nope.
I feel like Tucker got him. There's something between Dawn and Tucker, in my opinion. Huh?
That church bought him that car.
Who, Tucker did?
The church.
The church bought him the car?
Yeah, and Robin and David both had matching fucking cars the first night summer went missing. When they finally let them up the hill, they all went up one after each other, all in the same exact year and model Subaru, but all in different colors. And I was like, what the fuck? But none of them are registered to anybody except for one of Candace and Knowles.
What? Yep. Don't you find? I find it odd that Robin was Xing out that fucking red truck. I still do.
I don't know. For some weird ass reason, none of us can figure out. Ansley puts up on wall here a month ago when they do the newest piece on summer. They say the people with the most whatever around summer are the PIs, Robin Lane, and they put a photo up of David Dodson, stick it to the brick wall. David Dodson disappeared after putt-putt.
Yeah, that church shit's kind of weird.
Ansley Daniels says the people with the most vested interest in summer are the PIs, Robin Lane, and David Dodson.
Is this new? Because I'm telling you, I haven't followed anything. Did they do a new piece?
Yeah, this was the latest piece they did, where they're like, yeah, abduction's still on the table.
I have to go look.
Flies. She didn't say she outright knew the church bought them the car. She said she found it odd. After she said that, you have to listen to her theory. She said she found it odd that David and Robin Lane both came up in the same exact year, make, and model of car, but different color. So she stated it as an opinion, and she also said something else. We can go back a second.
Puts up on wall here a month ago when they do the newest piece on summer. They say the people with the most whatever around summer are the PIs, Robin Lane, and they put a photo up of David Dodson, stick it to the brick wall. David.
Twister, did you also witness they all had a Subaru like that? He's saying right, the Subaru crew. So Twister's local and has been around them and worked with the PI, which we will get to even if this is a longer live today. I just can't be too much longer because I only have so many free hours on StreamYard. Okay, so let me fucking shut my trap.
Dodson disappeared after putt-putt.
Yeah,
What is
that
his
church shit's kind of weird.
Ainsley Daniels says the people with the most vested interest in summer are the PIs, Robin Lane, and David Dodson.
Is this new? Because I'm telling you, I haven't followed anything. Did they do a new
Yeah,
piece?
this was the latest piece they did where they're like, yeah, abduction's still on the table.
I have to go look. You're pulling me back in. I never wanted to give up on Summer's case. My own life got chaotic and I couldn't handle it. It wasn't like Summer in particular, but the YouTubers and the hate. I still don't know how you do it every day.
I'm getting there. Last night I had somebody tell me to. Basically, I was like, man, this ain't going to end, and Andy knew it. I was like, when I come out of Ben Hill, I knew this was basically going to end. He was not going to stop with his fake grave rocking and all that, and flip script shitty away. It was going to be hands off. Jodi Sue was going to have the body back, and he'll be able to laugh and jerk off on it, but I'm dead. And I was like, is that what it really takes? Is me to fucking die for him to leave our kids?
He said that?
And these people in our messenger last night, one of the pretend YouTubers playing under different clothes, right, agrees with me. They're like, yeah, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to die for him to leave your kid alone. Like, they're pushing me to, like, suicide or something, dude.
And that's what I told you. You need to. I wouldn't even listen to that shit. You know how Amanda's taking you to court and this, that, and the other? It's defamation. What they're doing is defamation, and what he's doing is threatening you publicly. You need to go file charges.
Each time he comes online, girl, he is wearing my clothes. The detectives here on this line and shit see it, right? But because of a mix-up, this fucking order ran out, and we didn't realize.
Jodi, girl, we need to talk because I didn't know for years I was being abused. I didn't realize it was abuse. I catch my husband all the time stealing my clothing. He doesn't wear it. He hides it from me until I am obedient to him. And then he will bring my clothing back out when I'm good. It is the strangest, oddest shit, and I've been dealing with it for years and accusing him of it. And recently, in recent months, I have caught him twice stealing my belongings. The reason was he came into my home, took bags, asked could he do laundry. I said yes. Took his bags of laundry. I asked him repeatedly for at least 2 hours to check his bags, make sure my shit wasn't in there. He was holding the bags from me, not letting me look. Of course, I'm going to fucking be a bitch and grab the fucking bags, let me see them. And I found a pile of my clothes in his fucking bags. And men can, women also can abuse by hiding your belongings, taking your belongings, tormenting you with your belongings. I've felt that. So as somebody who's out here and wants people to know, or maybe I can relate and tell you what Jodi Sue feels, it's fucking real, dude. Like, I didn't realize it was abuse until I lost teeth because my husband drove me nuts. Backstabbing me right here publicly on YouTube. Isn't he an amazing husband? He wants to come home. Last night, he snuck into my home while I slept and took a bunch of things from my house. I don't know what he took. However, he did some nice things for me today. I'm trying to stay cordial with him. I don't know where we're at. He's still living with my child. But we're still going through ish. A lot of why I'm absent. It takes my mind, my time, my energy, and then I don't build my channel. So partially the reason my channel doesn't grow is not just because of YouTube. I have some problems at home. Apparently, my husband doesn't want me on YouTube and he had to take me down with my brother in law. Odd shit. Even a lady doing my hair today was like, what?
The other day.
And she's my neighbor. I've known her 20 years.
He come out full swing and did target my daughter. Now I've got to get another one put into place. And we've already got all that shit going. But however,
But wait, I thought your order went in. I thought your order went in September. No, August.
Yeah, but for some reason the Lions are having an argument, and they say it run out the other night.
Oh my
Which the stalkers
god!
in the red truck today seem to know.
And you said coleslaw came public?
Yeah, and put her face on and shit together, and that was them e-begging again like cons and liars and thieves. Anyway, so she comes on and I was like, yeah, I want to be a stepmom. I was supposed to, they're targeting my kid outright. Anyway, so then now the wedding date is set for a date that has to do with me. How would you be such a fucking doormat that your anniversary every year is about your ex's ex or your husband's ex?
Oh.
And narcopaths, that's the thing. You can always tell us, like, they always have this thing about dates, man, and all this shit. And he is absolutely wearing my clothes each time he comes online. He is absolutely still date oriented. They've made their fucking wedding date about me, dude.
They have a wedding date?
Yeah, on the 19th. If they're wanting people to pay for it while he works.
True abuse. Again, I can reference something not to call. We know flies. We know. We've known for years. Get a skillet to use as a weapon. I use my hands, motherfucker. That's why we're going to court for DV. I got charges too. But he got bigger charges after he strangled me and left a lump on my head. Anyways, I know how to fight. My mother was beaten in front of me so many times. There was a time, and I have court papers. I can prove it because these are the things my husband tried to tell the police were fake in my life, and I have to prove them to police and hospitals. So I went and started printing out proof of my life, which is also a way to manipulate. It's narcissism, and my husband needs help before he can come home. But I'm going to show you proof of my life. Look, when I went to jail, it's my jail bracelet for hitting him with a mug for lunging at me. I threw a mug at him as he approached me. Yeah, here is where one of the people connected to We Can Bring You Hope showed up at my court hearing and sat behind me in disguise and thought I wouldn't recognize her because I haven't seen her in 20 years, but I did. And Gretchen, you should know that I turned that into my domestic violence person. I'm hoping she's looking into it. I asked her to check the court cameras. Let me show you all the shit that's been going on because of my YouTube. This is my sister. Her name is Sarah Sturgis. I love my sister. I saved my sister's life when I was 14 years old. I'm about to show you proof of that as soon as I find it. I have so many court papers from lawsuits and domestic violence and my sister molesting her children. God damn, ridiculous. I may not have them at the moment. But there was a man when I was 14 years old. This is why domestic violence for me, and this is why I react. I have CPTSD, and it's real, and I've been diagnosed since I was 14 years old with that, ADHD, and anxiety. Those have been my diagnoses through life. Um, my husband recently took it upon himself to diagnose me to my family that doesn't know my other family, and to where the fuck did I get these papers? I'm gonna have to find them and show you. His name's Kevin Sharp. But this man broke into my home because my mother was an alcoholic and a drug addict. She was never home, and if you go look into my brother's, which I have chat GPT'd it, and I'll pull it up one day, you will hear in court testimony that my mother was never a mother. And hold on, I'm gonna be right back. Listen to this. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna go get my roommate.
While he gets the pandemic money, while he's stolen from my kid, while he's working for a
Dude,
fucking
I
job
swear to God,
for
like a week ago, I checked YouTube and everybody was like done talking about summer. What the fuck?
Oh no, they ain't. You know, oh no, they're not. They're done talking about summer. They're not done destroying me.
Oh my God, Jodi Sue.
I'm in every video. My children are in every fucking video. Andy is now come alive and full blast, and they're trying to push money to him for fucking attorneys and go.
Is Amanda still leaving comments and shit? Is she
under like 900 different profiles? Yep.
You need to start screenshotting all of them.
I have, but I can't prove they're her. But I know they're her.
What names do you have? What names do you have? Because I have some that prove that it's her.
One of them's Alexandria something.
Yes, I have proof of that one. I have proof it's her. She says, she tells me she's Amanda Athay, and I have it. Give me a day or two. Listen, I'm still trying to figure out how to get my dad's ashes, my sister's baby, my mom don't want to die or go to a home, so she's asking me to make her survive and live. Like, my life is chaotic right now. I don't know where my day is going to go, and I didn't sleep. So I'm going to lay down for a little bit. When I wake up, I'm going to make the phone calls I have to make, because California is 4 hours behind us, and that's where my dad's ashes are. So I have time. But then as soon as I'm done with that and doing what I got to do today, I will dig through everything I have left. I will message my friend. I have, and it was in here we go. Now you're going to have me go look, because it was in one of my recent videos before I quit YouTube, where Amanda Athay, I made a video about it, says, my name is Amanda Athay, from that Alexandra profile. Oh, look, I think I got it right here. I do have it. I have all of them. Hold on. Alexandria Nicholas. I wonder why. Maybe if you grow the fuck up. Wait, hold on. No. Yep, I have. This was the video I made. It's in parts. I don't have it all the way together because I deleted the actual video. Bring it. You messed with the wrong person. This woman talks like she's in the fucking... She thinks she's in the fucking days of like...
I know. I know.
Like...
I know, girl.
Like she...
I know.
Okay, so Earl has come out here and told you guys that my life is fake. He has told hospitals, he has told police, he has told my family, my children, the people that never knew people in my life. Recently, I have somebody in my life as a friend. We're just friends. He's now a roommate who my husband approves being here. Who can confirm with you guys all the things my husband have told you that is fake. One of those being My mother was absent from our life, never home. My mother diddled big time and drugs, pills, coke. My mother was an alcoholic. My mother cared for nobody but herself, and she left us very small children to raise the next batch of children who she had with many different men. Boo, is this true?
Yes, it is true. Kathy was a ding dong.
That's all I needed you for.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, that's it. So, anyways, I just wanted to confirm with you guys the things that have been said about me. Oh, and the organized crime from the area we're from. It's real, right? Like there is organized crime over there. Just yes or no?
Yes.
Big time, right?
I can't wait to think.
My mother would know a lot about that, correct?
We all know a lot about that.
We all know a lot about that. Do you hear it? This is from somebody from the hometown I'm from.
All right, that's all you get from me.
That's all I get from you. All right. That's all. So, you guys who all said my life is fake can suck my big fat white ass. I asked Fred to feed my 5-year-old daughter to his 14 and a half. Oh my God. What the fuck? That ain't a joke. Snakes eat freaking kids. That's what I was worried. One of the things that bothered me in Summer's case. Jodi was saying there was a giant snake under the shed. Allison said it. She said Candace shot it and then pointed the gun at her or something. Do y'all remember that? Why? What's wrong, Pixie? Pixie, please don't come over here being childish. That's crazy. That's like kindergarten shit. You're sitting next to me. Don't sit next to me. I don't mean to offend you, but please don't do that in my chat. I don't do that. People know that. I appreciate you being here, watching, supporting, but don't attack my subscribers. Okay.
She talks like she's like king of the world, like she's King Alexandria.
She does that in person too. It's always about money or what she has or
yeah. Here she wrote me. There are people on YouTube, Facebook who know who I am. That no, I am not Amanda or chicken on a stick. I am Alexandria Nicholas. The strong accusations reported you. Like what the? Who the fuck talks like that? I hope she goes to court talking like that.
80.
But hold on, in this one, before she made the Andrea Nicholas, I have to go through each and every. I have a lot of them, so you got to give me a little bit of time. First comment made. Hold on. No, this was about Krama. It's the same video. It's the same messages. I got to put them together, and I'll have to figure out where it is. It's somewhere in here, where from a profile that's very similarly, I can't say that word, named Alexandria. She has another one where she's Alexandra something, and she says, "Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm chicken on a stick."
Yep.
And I have it, so I will send that to you. That'll prove that that's her.
And see, I had her blocked, right? I couldn't see the comments. I had to go on another phone, another account. So it shows she had no. She blocked me. I was like, what the fuck? Who's this Alexandria person that Hooves and all them are? This was just a couple days ago. But because of what they were saying and her following me over to ELP's group, I knew it was her. So then I go under another profile and so just y'all are aware that Alexandria person there is definitely Amanda.
So I didn't get these court papers. What happens if I don't show up? I can't get there.
Well, they will serve you. They have like 14 days or something. But the thing is that if you can't get here, nobody represent you, you're fucked. However, my lawyer can represent us both And you don't have to be.
Okay. All right.
And if I have enough to make sure that we're both offended, you know what I mean? Enough to just pile on her.
Yeah, I don't know what I have. I have to go through all this because I did delete. Oh my God, I deleted so much shit.
Then not only does she not win, we can
sue the fuck out of her. Yeah. All you have to do is prove is she was on there first.
Yeah, and then I can sue you and me both. Can then they'll turn it around and start a suit against her. Plus, she's gonna be in deep shit for lying because there are signatures on this shit where she lied to a goddamn judge.
Yeah.
And to notaries several times. She's gonna be sitting her ass in jail.
Yeah. She's gonna be something. It's gonna be more than that. I hope her husband's family has money. To me, it sounds like it sounds like they're trying to
silence me.
Yeah. Yep. Her husband probably found out what she was doing. My question is why is she still going on YouTube and shit? Like, she's fucking crazy.
Yep. And I need to prove she's still there. And
so you're talking to the PIs now?
I mean, we've had contact off and on now there for months. We did not.
Yeah.
But it's limited in nature the other day.
Okay, so when I...
Oh, yeah, I got served for 5 lawsuits, guys. I had a man come into my home almost daily for about a week, sitting in front of my home for 10 minutes at a time. I had it on camera while I wasn't home, and my children and grandchildren were in the home and didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was extremely scary. His name is Gary. He goes by Faith No More. He fucks around with Beth Baugh, people from Prayer Gardens chat and channel that are local to me. That's Seth. I put a post about a Seth. I believe he may be connected to them, to O'Toole, to the person who may have catfished my husband at work, and he had a 3-year affair behind my back. Connected to the same motherfuckers. Yeah, my brother-in-law posted about all that. Hold on, let me see if I can find them. While I do that, Jens, keep listening to Jodi.
I talked to them. I gave them Amanda's name. You should see if you could find out if they looked into her many profiles, and they can give you a report stating that those are all her.
Yeah, I'll check with Trudy and see if they looked into her at all.
Yeah, tell her that I'm the one from Pittsburgh that contacted them. You know, because he was like standing up for you when I spoke to him.
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do shit, dude. And here's the thing, we're working on getting me a polygraph test. And the weird part is Chris McDonough's been trying to interview me over and over. The last time he was here, he come through twice in like a week or two period. And
I don't know if this conversation picks up in part 2, but what I'm going to do right now is put the PI while I'm still looking for some lawsuit stuff. Let me get rid of it. Oh, no. I think I needed that. Damn it. Hold on. I do. Give me 1 minute here, guys.
CNC Investigations. This is Chris. Can I help you?
Yeah, hi, Chris. My name is Crystal Sims. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm just curious. I know you're covering the summer. You can't give me details. I know you guys take tips, and I thought that I would turn into you that I am very, very, very concerned about Scott H and his relationship with the people in that area, along with that squall tit. I found some information about rooster fighting and meth labs and things of that nature in that area. And Squall's real name, from what I can see, is Rebecca Crawford. She's related to this Marlena Crawford and all of those things that are involved. Like, all these people are ganging up.
Little did I know these people would be Karen Renfro, who came into my chat about a year and a half ago and said, Crystal, please remember I love my land, and then disappeared from my chat. The attorney for Amanda Avey and Linda, because they both used the same attorney, had told me I have a tower and power down in Tennessee. If I find that while I'm looking, I will show you that. Karen Renfro I knew in my childhood once for just about a week or two. She visited my father when we lived down in Miami Beach. She is my cousin's cousin for the last time. I say it every time, the last time. My cousins Sean, Stephen, and Ronald Stanley, Jason and Darren as well, and their mother, Rosemary Elliott Morlock. Their mother, is from Tennessee. I don't know where she met my uncle. I've known this my whole life, that her last name was Elliott Morlock, but it didn't click when I was covering Summer's case, because I have not seen these people for many, many years. My cousins were, at one time, in the 80s and 90s, involved in a KKK organization here in Pittsburgh. One of my cousins did something here in Pittsburgh, and they ran to Texas where they did something else. And then the KKK snuck my cousin to Switzerland, where he then developed a cancer or a tumor or something in his brain. He didn't have medical insurance in Switzerland, so the KKK then, again, snuck him back into America for medical treatment, but he didn't get here in time and he passed away. His name was Ronald Stanley. We called him Duck. I've showed you shit, but he is definitely cousins with Karen Renfro, 100 million trillion % related to Basil Morlock. I do not have them connections. I recently again spoke to another Morlock here in Pittsburgh I did not know was related to me. And it was an odd conversation. She seemed to be a fucking bitch, Jennifer Elliott. If anybody knows her, you can suck my whole fucking ass. I'm gonna let you finish listening. This is a lot about Scott, but we speak of Jodi soon.
On YouTube, I'm sure you know. And I don't know if you're looking into this, but Scott H emailed me about you, saying he was friends with you for 20 years. And I find something fishy, and I just want to make sure that you guys are looking into them, because I know you're looking at every aspect of this case. Something's just really bothering me about that guy.
Well, Scott H and I did work together in the past for another company. But anything that you have, we would welcome. And I would prefer if you could.
Is your Facebook in working order? Because I actually have a video. I privated it on YouTube. You know what? Probably through email. Can I get an email address for you and I can share this video with you? It gives a lot of information.
No, Winged. This is not Chris McDonough. This is Chris the PI, Chris and Trudy. I had made a call to him because I found some fishy things with Scott and Tim Mullen. And since he was the PI, I thought he should know. This was not Chris McDonough. I made a call to the PIs and to the police and to TBI. I figured anybody investigating Summer's case should know what the fuck I found, if they're truly in it for Summer. So, yeah, Chris the PI.
That was what I was going to ask if you could do. Is there is a email. It is on the family website, and it is Summerwell's Tips at charter.net.
Well, I'm just going to write it down because that website drives me nuts. You just need to fix that. It's like not ads, but it like pops up, and it's weird. It don't work for me real good.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have nothing to do with the family website other than just having them put that email link on there.
Yeah, so it's Summerwell's Tips at charter.net. Okay. So, can I ask you a question? Is Scott H in the crime, like his work? Is it because I've seen him personally on a secret meeting they did, and he doesn't look like he would be law enforcement or credible, in my own opinion.
I don't know a whole lot about Scott H, and I'll just tell you that it's not like we were, best friends, ran around together. We were acquaintances.
Okay.
And so I know little to nothing about Scott H.
Okay. I have some information I think will blow your mind. So I think you should see it. Nobody else will cover it. And it seems like the locals are protecting this information. Like I was attacked for putting it out there. And it was pretty bad, So I figured I called in all my tips to TBI. If I'm being 100% honest with you, they didn't even open my emails. So I called TBI and TBI told me send my information to emails. It was some information about these locals and the harassment that they're doing to Jodi Sue. And I don't know where you stand on all that. I know you can't really talk to me about it, but I'm blown away by these people. I am. And I just get a really sick feeling in my stomach about those two YouTubers in particular. You know what I mean? Like the Squall and the Scott H. And I know that they're involved. It's the Crawford family. And there is a ton of illegal stuff that I personally dug up. I don't know if you looked at that, but it's pretty disgusting. Like I'm telling you, bears' heads cut off and skulls being boiled. And you're going to be blown away when you see this. It's almost unbelievable. It feels like it's a movie. You know what I mean? And the name connected to it is Renfro, Renfro. She's actually a Crawford. Renfro is her married name. But she's related to the Squall Tit. And Squall Tit comes back to me as a Rebecca Crawford. And she can't prove that she is not that person. And no Rebecca Crawford ever came out to deny my claim. And it's just, you'll see when I send you this.
Well, like I said, we welcome any tips. If you can send it through that tips email, that would be preferable.
Okay.
And that way we can vet that stuff. We already have quite a bit of information, but at least.
So, Squall Tip. Squall herself confirmed she was who I said she was. Kathy, the friend, confirmed Squall was who the fuck I said she was. I still to this day believe Squall Ted is Rebecca Crawford, who was married to Gene Crawford, who now died of a heart attack, but he was a kingpin. He would deliver drugs to Light Hauler Road. That is what I was told by TT. It's in our messages. Do I know that that's true? No. It's speculation. It's in my opinion that it could be based on Amanda Hensley Moody, who is related to, let me remind you, we'll play the first quick video I played the other day. In my opinion, because of the last name, we will play part 2.
Take charge. Start your comeback today at PurdueGlobal.edu.
A golden laser? That's insane!
My turn. Let's see what I got.
School systems.
I felt stuck, and I wanted more for myself. I always wanted to help kids, and some days, getting older, it's just like I need to kind of focus and lock in on just taking that serious. Just want to do better for myself.
Roy Dyke's death will be presented to a grand jury after the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation completes evaluating all the evidence gathered. Some of the charges filed by authorities are the result of the initial investigation into the shooting, Kidd said. Stanley Dykes, 43, 4228 Beach Creek Road, and Bobby Dykes, 20, 4170 Beach Creek Road, have each been charged with 1 count of aggravated assault in connection with the March incident. Richard N. Davis, 46, 219 Ben Hill Road, and Jeanette M. Davis, 42, 301 Highview, Kingsport, have each been charged with possession of Schedule 6 drugs, marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Richard Davis has also been charged with theft of property valued over $10,000. According to Kidd, Davis gave authorities permission to search his residence following the shooting, and during the search they allegedly discovered approximately 1/4 pound of marijuana. Davis was also charged with the theft of a 1999 Caterpillar backhoe reported stolen in 2001 by Thomas Construction Company from a worksite along Interstate 81. In addition to the fatal injuries to Roy Dykes, Bob Dykes, the dead man's son, sustained 2 gunshot wounds in his neck. Stanley Dykes was shot in the right leg, left leg, and right thumb. Richard Davis received several pellet wounds in both legs and in his chest, and his wife, Jeanette Davis, was shot once in the chest. According to an offense report filed by Corporal Chad Gillenwater.
Rain Dancer, I spoke about you the other day. I'm glad you're in my chat. We're speaking of these people and you hear the name Bobby Dykes. You had a man fixing your home with that name, and he was connected to a Charlene and her daughter at Dollar General. He ripped you off. I would like to invite you, not today because I've already been on for an hour and 47 minutes, but I would like you to come up on my panel one day if you would like to and speak about your experience with them. Okay. So he was supposed to fix a water well or something, if I remember correctly.
Bob Dykes told authorities he and Stanley Dykes had accompanied his father to the Davis residence at 219 Ben Hill Road, where some type of altercation occurred, and there were several shots fired from numerous types of firearms by numerous persons. Following the shooting, Dykes told authorities he slid into the car with his father and drove back to their Beach Creek residence, while Stanley Dykes reportedly left the scene on foot, showing up later seeking treatment at Wellmont-Holston Valley Hospital. Davis reportedly told authorities that 3 men came to his residence and a verbal dispute turned into a physical altercation involving Stanley Dykes and a guest at the Davis residence. Davis stated he fired a .32 caliber pistol into the air to break up the fight, and that Roy Dykes began firing a pistol, with one shot hitting Jeanette Davis in the upper right chest area. Davis then said he saw Stanley Dykes produce a shotgun from the car and begin shooting in the direction of him and his wife. According to Davis's statement, once he learned his wife had been wounded, he also got a shotgun and began firing toward all 3 men who were still firing shots. After the 3 men left the scene, Davis said he drove himself and his wife to the hospital to seek treatment. Richard Davis is currently free on $5,000 bond. Jeanette Davis, Stanley Dykes, and Bobby Dykes were each freed on $2,000 bond.
Because they was Don would drive his truck in, and then there would be another guy.
Do you know what Rick and Jeanette? He was bringing up a Rick and Jeanette in the phone call.
Who?
Rick and Jeanette.
Rick and Jeanette.
Yeah.
They was the ones that shot Jack Dykes.
He said that he
used to live on up past Ed Redmond and stuff. They was from New York.
He said that he used to work for him.
They was under witness protection as well. And Don used to run up there a lot with them.
Don was telling me that he used to do work for them in that phone call.
And see, they was under witness protection, something to do with Apple Bank in New York. Jeanette was. And they worked at school systems.
And he was talking about Bob Dykes, how Bob Dykes got shot and killed. And or he called him Bob, I think, Bob Dykes.
Well, Jack is his name.
I believe that's what, and then he was saying how, and then I'm like, he went from talking about you to that, and I'm like, wait, are you trying to say Fred was involved in that? He's like, no, Fred has nothing to do with that. And I'm just like, I didn't understand why he was bringing that stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Richard Davis and Janet Moody, who it was.
Janet Moody?
Mm-hmm.
Not Jeanette. He kept saying Jeanette.
Well, Jeanette Moody.
Okay. Yeah.
It seems like when the Davises lived up in the Holler, there was speculations of some prostitution going on up there and stuff. So I don't know. That was around the time Don and them had set up that trailer too.
Mm. Yeah, I'm guessing. On the
Davises that Don was talking to you about, Richard Davis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there was rumors about them supposedly being involved in stuff like that. So I guess then you did hear stuff like that, because when you were asked, so you get. I mean, I guess. Wow. So there was like stuff of that being rumored in the Ben Hill area. Even before Summer went missing. Not children, though, but... I'll give you a heads up just in case, because I don't think weed's a big deal at all. I'd rather... My children, you know? Huh? What big time drug dealers, didn't you?
Supposedly the big meth dealer in the area.
Huh? Yeah.
I was a dealer, but I was a smaller dealer.
If you got hit, even as a passenger or in an Uber, you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to watch anything. I just wanted you to hear the name Moody, because TT is a Moody and a Light and a Crawford. Okay. So back to Joe. No, where were we? We were with PI. She also claimed to me to be Scott H's cousin. Okay.
And if you want to go ahead and send that.
Okay.
And then that way, if we find credibility in that, or we find things that lend to have relevance to the case, then we can forward that on to our contact here locally with law enforcement.
Okay. I mean, like, I don't know if it's relevant to the case, but I know it's connected to Marlena. And I don't know if you know something else too, because I know the Marlena aspect of this is out there. There is a man by the name of Earl Taylor Jr. that passed away. This is why this worries me, okay? The day after Summer went missing, he was murdered. And his wife was having an affair with Marlena's brother. And that concerns me. You know what I mean? Like the exact next day after Summer,
it just all seems pretty weird. So if you want to write that name down and look up the obituary and the newspaper articles about it, I think that that's something that might go in some sort of direction. Like, I don't know what truth is. Like I said, I know you can't tell me stuff and I don't expect you to, but if I can lend any information, I'd be glad to help.
Well, we certainly appreciate any information that we get. Like I said, at this point, we're looking at everything and trying to make sense of this. So, yes, if you want to send that,
this is the craziest case. I don't know. You guys took this on. I give you mad respect. I really do. I don't know how you're deciphering all of this. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. Like, I'll tell you what, I give you guys a lot of credit.
Well, I will tell you this has been a unique case for us also, but bottom line is, at the end of the day, it's all about Summer.
It is. And they're turning it into something like these. I created my YouTube page in November, and I really was like trying to go after the facts. And I got lumped into this group, and I started noticing some like really weird things going on behind the scenes, and I kind of broke away from them, like the bashing of Jodi Sue. It's horrible. Like, I understand this woman might have something to do with this, if that's even what law enforcement is looking at, because according to Andy Bernard last night, the police haven't even questioned him. So that makes me believe that they don't suspect them. And it's so, like, you teach your kids, don't bully. You know what I mean? And these people are on there like, I never seen anything like it, with their children in a room. I'm saddened by what has transpired because of this missing little girl, and she needs to be found.
Well, I agree with that, and it seems like sometimes when you're trying to do the best things for the best reasons, the worst seems to come out in people. So we'll keep praying for Summer and keep working towards getting an answer.
Okay, and I'm going to send you guys this video if you get a chance to look at it. I think it would be helpful, at least to show like what kind of crime is going on in that area, because it's like all about rooster fighting. It's pretty crazy. So, rooster fighting and meth labs.
There's a lot of both around here, that's for sure.
Yeah, I live in a city. I'm in Pittsburgh, so I don't know. We don't have stuff like that going on here, thank goodness. I guess. All right. Thank you so much for your time and for talking to me.
Well, thank you for your call, and we'll be looking for your email.
Yes, sir. I'm going to send it right now.
All right.
Bye-bye. So that was my interaction with the PIs. Yes, Twister. But at this time, it was very early on into Summer's case. We didn't know all of the things we know now. Personally, I think for me, this call to the PIs was helpful. Like I explained earlier, thought was not only did I turn this into the PI, but I turned it into the TBI and I believe the FBI. I actually at one time, and I can't remember the whole conversation, had my own conversation with, I believe it was Roush, in the Knoxville office or Nashville office, and I didn't record it. It was just to report Squall. I feel Squall was going up on the hill and playing games, and they were fucking with Jodi. It was to report that they were pretending to be FBI agents and shuffling Jodi from hotel to hotel. It was a very brief interaction, and I don't even remember it, but it was very early on in Summer's case. I would say this was 2022. I had this conversation with the PIs. So my thoughts have changed a lot since then. Thank you, the Internet FBI. I have been cleared.
You're amazing. I'm glad I got your clearance. Thank you so much. That made me smile. Yeah, they've had this case for 5 years. Nothing's changed. Something is off. April is a cousin of Candace. Would she also be? Is there proof of that? Can somebody post me some links so that I could look at them and research them a little bit and decide if it's worth bringing out? Because we also know of the Marcos connection. We heard Dawn tell earlier today, and we went over the Hatfield and McCoy people, and we heard Dawn tell them that they don't have family in the area, and I beg to differ. Oh. Well, the uppers are the PIs, flies. In my opinion, that's who Candace was calling the uppers, her uppers. Tim Mullins, the PIs. Yes, that's my opinion on it. She is welcome to come to any live stream and clear that up. But yeah, people can get a lot of things. I mean, I can do a lot right here on the internet. Imagine what a PI who's licensed and has technology. That's why I'm saying, are the PIs bad? Or could they possibly be investigating the people they're welcoming and asking, yeah, let's do a three-way call. But like Benny says, man, I might have to come back tonight. Like Benny says, let me go look for something. His interactions with the PIs haven't been positive. He felt slighted by them, but could that be because the PIs were investigating him? Like, you got to think of it, they're PIs. We don't know how the PIs are going to move, if they're legitimate. We don't know if they're false. But I will say one thing that Benny said that bothers me is I forgot again. Oh, the Trudy coming in the chats under different names. And I think I've caught her doing that too. Am I positive it's her? No, because it's different raincoats, like Jodi Sue calls them. I want to see something. What is this? I don't know if this is a... Benny had a live about the phone and video, and I promised you guys I would pull it up, and that was going to be part of this live, but it's not, so I'm going to have to wait. And I will write it down so I don't forget. I know I've covered it live, but I thought I had made a video about it, and I haven't. So what I'm going to do is edit this little tiny part. Wait a minute. I might actually have it. See how disorganized I am. Just give me a minute. I'm going to see if I can find it. I have it. It's probably clipped somewhere in here. So I'm going to come back later tonight before I go to bed. And I'm just going to do a short live with some of the things I mentioned. Now, that would be one. And I do got to read a little more of this deed. So let me do another 2 pages. Sell 31st, 39th, east 265 feet, and south 17 degrees 28 east 187.83 feet to point at or near the point of intersection of said gravelled county road or another gravelled county road that runs westernly corner of Dill property, hence with or near west bank of creek, and at or near the center line of said county road that extends westerly, thence continuing that said Dill line partially in the said county road that extends westerly, I might have redid that, north 8906 from a large sugar tree, fence north 642 west 404 feet to a maple tree, corner for tactics 11 and 10, thence with the divisional line of tactics 11 and 10 north 73rd 58th east, fence with the divisional line tracks 9 and 11 north corner for tracks. It just pretty much has all of the survey lines. If anybody wants this, I can send it to you. Beginning at a metal pin, I'm going to move down because this is just a lot, but it gives you bounded by north property. Oh, here we go. Parcel 3. Wait a minute. We are gonna read. Let me just scan through it. I am gonna read it. Corner of tactics 11 and 10 north 73rd 58th east 75th to a metal pin corner for tax 9 and 10 11, fence with divisional line of tax 9 and 11 north 78 39th east 82.5 feet to a point in the line of tract 11 corner for tracks 8 and 9, fence with the divisional line of tracks 8 and 9, 2 calls as follows: north 00 degrees 18 east 36 feet to a metal pin, and north 30 degrees 14 west 166 feet to a metal pin on the southerly side of Beach Creek Road, fence with said sideline of Beach Creek. 6 calls as follows. I'm not going to go through all of this. I'm going to go through and tell you what I think is important. To the point of beginning and containing 15.61 acres, more or less, and being all of tracks 7, 8, and 9 is shown on a survey by Edwin B. Fulkerson, surveyor, and being the same property conveyed to the parties of the first part by the deed dated March 16, 1977. A record in the registrar's office for Hawkins County of Rogersville, Tennessee, in a deed book 236 at page 423, to all of which reference is hereby expressly made. Partial 2, beginning at a metal pin on the southerly sideline of Beach Creek Road, 30 feet southern-easternly from northwesterly corner for track 10, said beginning point formerly located on this tract that was burned in the fall of 1976. Thence with said sideline of Beach Creek, a metal pin corner for tracks 9 and 10 in north 42 east 175 feet to a metal pin corner for tracks 8 and 9, thence with the divisional line of tracks 8 and 9, 2 calls as follows: south 14 east 166 feet to a metal pin, and south 00. I'm going to go down a little bit. A maple tree corner for tracks 10 and 11, thence north 20 feet. Let's go down a little more. South of the creek, feet metal to small pin, thence crossing the creek. North 56 west, 336 feet less, and being all tracks 9 and 10 shown on. So what I think that part is right there is Dobbs land. I believe that this land was once connected to Dobbs. I don't know. I think I seen that somewhere. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know how to read a survey line. I need to learn because I own my house now. Bounded on the north by the property of Morlock and Dykes Ears. Yes, sir. This would be Dobbs's property. On the east by the property of Luther Smith. On the south by the property of Glenn Light. And on the west by the property of Jess Simpson. containing 18 acres more or less, and being the same property conveyed to the party of the first part by the deed dated May 4th, 1974. Of record in the registrar's office after 4 in the deed book 217 at page 320, to which reference is hereby and expressly made. Same description as prior deeds, to have and to hold on to the parties of the second part to heirs and assigns, in fee simple forever, the party of the first part convenience with the parties of the second part, their heirs and assigns, that it's lawfully seized and possessed of said property, that it has good and lawful right to sell, convey it the same as herein conveyed, that said property is free, clear, and unencumbered, except as herein set forth, that it will forever warrant and defend the title to said property against the good and lawful claims and demands of all persons, whoever. This conveyance is expressly made subject to all and restrictions, reservations, convenience, and conditions contained in the former deeds and other instruments of records. So what this is saying is that this is part of Morlock Farms, and that in order to buy it, it's almost, I would say, the way I'm taking it, like a what do they call it, HOA, where you have to follow the land of the law of the land. So this is your land, but it's still borrowed land, and it still belongs to Morlock Farms, or that could be taken from you. So Dawn and Candace's missing child, if it turns out it's in Dawn and Candace doing it, the land will be gone. They lose it. They only bought the land for $10. And this land is supposed to, as Jodi Sue says many times in her very old videos before Summer went missing, fold back into the property. But let me go finish. Defend said title to said property against good and lawful claims and demands of all persons, whomever. This convenience is expressly made subject to any and all restrictions, reservations, convenience, and conditions contained in former deeds and other instruments of record, as may now be binding on said property, and to any easement apparent from inspection of said property. In witness whereof the parties of the first has caused this instrument to be executed by its duly authorized officer this day and the date first written above. Dells, DEELS, Floor Covering Inc. with A.W. Deal, President, Assessors, ID number, District 6, 3 down, map 82, 82, 94, no GP, CTL map 82, 82, 94, parcel 43, 44, and 2. State of Tennessee, let me see how many pages we have left. Ooh, there's still a lot. Hold on. Let me come check chat. Oh, thank you, the Internet FBI. I have them have to go through it. Welcome back, Internet FBI. I have missed you. Have they got info on us? I think we talked about that. I think Mullins and Church PIs. Yes, I believe so too. I think that could be I think it's something to do with these Moody's and TT, though. I really do. Listen, this is a long PDF. I'm going to, because I've been on 2 hours and 13 minutes, I have to, let me get rid of this. I can leave my intro on. I really got to watch my timing. Real quick, let's watch this. I don't know what this short is about, but it's Summer Wells, wait, did Scotch drop a penny? No way.
But anyway, I was Tiffany, I can't remember how it exactly happened. If Tiffany asked for a guess or if she saw me in the live stream, because we had chatted before in YouTube chats. Because we had chatted before in YouTube chats. Because we had chatted before in YouTube chats. And I can't remember the exact instance on how it occurred. Anyway, she invited me up on there. I ended up on her panel and was able to share a lot of insights. And, as this case has grown and more people have got involved in it, people are starting to see about the things that I was sharing with Tiffany Marie. Tiffany says, I think I opened up my panel and you took the link. That may have been.
I didn't listen to any of that because I fucked my fucking stream up really fucking bad and had another video thing in the background I couldn't find because I have another tab open with a million fucking tabs. I hope you were able to hear that. If not, I'll play it again later. It's okay, I'll be back. What time is it? It is 6. I'm going to try my best to be back by about 11 o'clock tonight. You're welcome to join. I've enjoyed having you here. You've made me smile. Thank you for your approval. I'm going to say Pesamore, peace and love for right now. And hopefully if nobody's live, because I've been on twice today, and if I'm not taking up anybody's time, I will be live again tonight at 9. If not, I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to leave this tab as it is and continue on the deed where we left off. And the short. All right, good. That was good. Did you hear me here? I'm like, oh, I thought I closed my StreamYard down and lost my whole stream. I'm sure you guys were laughing at me up here like. All right, guys. Pesamore, peace and love. Hopefully I'll see you tonight. Bye.